It's the example of passing the baton.
Right.
Maybe it's not you that's going to run it to the very end. Not everyone
Usually
can be
it's not.
anchor leg.
Right. Come on.
But we need first leg, second leg, and third leg to get it to fourth leg. And if we don't get it to fourth leg and first, they have a hard time catching up.
Welcome back to Aspire Higher with Charles and Yvana Bailey. We're so excited, of course, to have you for another week. Please, thank you already. Let me start with that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you already for subscribing, for tuning in, for being a valid listener and a watcher. We appreciate you as an audience.
Absolutely.
And if you know someone, please share it with them. Comment, give us some feedback. Let's interact with one another. We're real. Okay?
Oh, yeah,
We're
no
real.
doubt. We're definitely human.
Yes. So please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can download it if you want, but like, share, and subscribe this episode and any episode that really hit you,
Gotta
okay? Because
go
we
back.
dropped some gems.
Gotta go back.
Absolutely. But go ahead, babe. What were you going to say?
Well, I wasn't really going to say much, but I will say this. You're looking fantastic.
Thank you.
And you did a
Appreciate
great
it.
job
Appreciate it.
intro on the show.
Your teeth look really white. They look like this table. How you do such things?
I told you that's a secret, but I'll tell you about it. It's all right. I'll talk about that later. Drop my
Okay.
dimes later. But no,
Yeah.
Today we want to talk a little bit more, which is ironic because we're going to talk more about talking less.
Yes,
right?
we are.
We're going to
Isn't that
talk
interesting?
more about also not just taking, but giving.
Right.
So
right. Come on.
I'm excited about it because whenever we discuss these things,
Yeah.
we know that whatever's going to come out of this is going to be powerful, not just for the viewer and the listener,
Right.
but for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you were telling me that there was a situation that you experienced
Yes.
recently
Yes.
where someone had come to you for something, but
Right.
you had learned a lesson.
Right.
Please
I
tell
did.
about, yeah.
It was, first, it's a beautiful thing whenever you have people that can put their trust in you, right? As a coach, a lot of clients put their trust in me, and I have a
sure.
great responsibility for that. This time, it was a friend, and she had amassed some beautiful accomplishment, and I was really, really proud of her. But there was a part of me as a multi-passionate entrepreneur that felt a little conflicted because I am a high-level achiever. And I always love to be able to be booked and to be able to be productive and busy.
Yeah,
And
sure.
she was nailing it. And I remember feeling a moment of jealousy. I'm not going to front.
Wow.
A moment of jealousy. And I remember feeling like, is that what she needs of me in this moment? She didn't know. She's on the phone.
Right,
but
because
in
it's
my
emotional,
heart,
right.
as a responsible person, I had to put myself in check, and I had to literally sit with that emotion and say, where's this coming from and why? Once I discovered where and why, because I was in like an idle season for a second, and I started to transform my narrative, meaning I said, she needs me to support her.
That's right. Bottom line.
Okay. So if I present my jealousy and just say, oh, that's nice, yeah, good for you, which we've seen a lot of people do in life, right?
Right. We all can relate to that.
We all can relate to
Right.
that. But what good is that? What service am I really giving her in
Sure.
doing that? So I checked myself and I humbled myself and I let those feelings die off. And I said, you know what? I'm really proud of you. I celebrate the fact that you work hard for that, because another thing about jealousy is it doesn't give you the whole scope of things. You see one thing and you target that and you pay attention to what that person has done and you're like, well, I want that, or how come I can't have that, or
Sure.
what did I do that I didn't get that? Has nothing to do with you. Nothing. And so when I started learning that there are moments in life where people just want you to celebrate them.
Sure.
There are moments in life where your celebration will come, but what if it's contingent on how your actions are in that moment?
Sure. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm
I
saying
know
with
exactly
that?
what you're saying.
So if I was being tested in that moment,
Yeah.
if Yvana feels this type of way to her friend,
Wow.
what if the blessing will never come for Yvana?
Right.
What if?
Right.
And I really thought about that. And it's so interesting because as I started to shift my mindset and support her and celebrate her, I promise you, 1 week later, I got a phone
It's
call.
funny. I know what you're talking about. I remember
1
this.
week later,
Wow.
I got a phone call. Hey, Ivana, my agent, you're booked. I said, booked for what?
Yeah.
Booked
like,
for
I didn't even...
you know, sometimes we're working so much, we don't even
Yeah.
realize. Booked for 4 different projects in 1 week.
Jeez.
1 week. But I said to myself in humility,
Yeah.
what if I would have missed my blessing
Woo.
sitting in the seat of
The
jealousy and
blessing
coveting?
that you didn't know was on the way.
Didn't even know.
You know, that's such a great thing to open up this segment with, because it does directly tie into saying less and giving more. Okay? Because what we don't recognize is that sometimes there are things that are for us and they were already for us.
Of course.
But God will test you.
That's right.
Life will test you.
That's right.
Watch this. You will be tested no matter what you think, because you need to see what's in you.
That's right.
And it doesn't mean that it is you.
Right.
It's a part of the human condition. What I think that I can celebrate more than anything else at this very moment is the amount of transparency, one that we both offer when we speak on the show, but sincerely in this moment that you just expressed. Because this is Coach Yvana. Who has Charles Bailey as her husband. No,
oh my.
Just joke. No, this is Coach Yvana, who honestly is crushing life.
Thank you.
And there are moments, even if you're not aware, because it's not like this is you. I know you personally. You don't do. You're the most. There's no one in the world that will ever say you're not the most celebratory and celebrating person, because you celebrate others more than you celebrate yourself. I have to force you to celebrate you sometimes.
It's true.
But in that moment, you felt that. And you're not able to see sometimes that God is using those things to show you what's coming for you.
Come on. Yeah, that's a hard one to really wrap mind
around.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like, how can you see it? You know? And sometimes I think for all the high-level achievers and entrepreneur, everything that comes with that realm, you're always looked at to produce, and you're always
because
looked
of
at,
competition.
Of course. And my greatest competition is myself.
And that's the way we have to see it.
It's just how I was trained. It's just what was groomed in me. And so with what you just said, it's kind of hard to see that, you know, because I didn't know it was a test. I didn't even know it was coming for me. I really didn't. I had no idea, but I knew that in that moment, she didn't need that.
And
she didn't need another hater. She needed someone, because she trusted me.
Yes.
She trusted me with her victory. So how do I look kind of half holding her arm up,
like,
winning?
Oh, good job.
You did great.
Yeah, I'm glad it's
Can't wait for it to be my turn.
Right.
No,
now, how many people, not just us, but that are listening and watching, deal with the same thing? We live in a time and a society and a culture that is so competitive that we miss the point. Like you just said, what if your moment of victory is contingent upon you celebrating the victories of others?
Bam.
This is also why I say less, give more. Because you could have said what you shouldn't have said. Watch this. Even without her knowing it was said.
Right.
And everything about you, I know a lot of people talk about, you know, energy and talk about vibration, all these things, but the reality of it is there's something that's working on your behalf. We call him the creator. And he's creating and moving all kinds of things around you. But when you speak, you don't know if you're speaking against the thing that he was going to create on your behalf. What if it's your words that are keeping the things that were supposed to be yours? Watch this. The things that you're saying you want because someone else has, but it was always yours, but you keep failing the test.
I don't like failing tests.
I don't think anyone likes failing any test.
Oh, no.
But I'm speaking to our audience. I'm not just talking to you. I'm not just talking to me. I'm talking to you listening, you watching. When we talk about aspiring higher, one of our episodes, in fact, the episode with Garen Sprav, one of the greatest episodes we've had to date, we talked about that. You're only able to go as high as the low you're able to endure.
Come on.
And sometimes there are moments in front of you where you're looking at the person that got the promotion and you're saying, they should have never got that promotion. They didn't even deserve that job. Why not celebrate them?
True.
Be the only person to be like, man, I am so proud that you got this job. I think you're going to crush it and kill it.
That's right.
We always forget this. Sometimes the very same people that we are actually pushing aside their wins and their victories are the people that will later help us find ours.
Every time.
Talk about it, Coach.
Every single time. It was funny because shortly after that conversation, a couple weeks passed, and she was able to show me and just so proud, you know, proud moments. And she's like, I'm going to make sure I open up a door for you. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't see the heart of man.
We can't see the heart of anyone.
We don't know who's truly for us, who's against us. We don't really know.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have to have discernment, because you have to watch. There are actions. We can talk deeply about that one, but go ahead. You know the tree by its fruit. But go ahead.
But with that, it was so beautiful because I said, dang, I could have messed that all up.
Yeah.
Internally, she would never have known. But for me,
yeah.
to give into something that did not breathe life,
yeah.
but really death, like
Sure,
it starts to diminish how you see something when you could normally celebrate, but then you're looking at it like, but what about me?
Yeah.
I did not work hard for what she got. That's what I always think about too. I didn't work hard for what she had. She crushed that. She got booked for that. I didn't do the work. So how could I be jealous?
Why am I mad?
It just doesn't make any sense.
That's
why
right.
am I mad?
Why are you mad? So many people are mad at what
sense.
other people have accomplished or achieved,
Right.
and then they don't look at themselves, but I didn't do what they did to get it.
I didn't do the work. I didn't do the work.
So basically what we're saying is we want the work.
Yes.
Excuse me. Rather, we want the result without the work.
Of course.
And I think we want the words without the work. Okay, that's a little deeper. I'm going to have to try my best to unpack that because I'm listening to what you're saying. So most people, many people, even people that we help in our professional business are so focused on one of two things: their competition, what they're doing.
That's right.
They're not paying attention that they could just be doing some of the things their competition's doing.
Yep.
Or they're spending so much time focused on the words that they're saying about it. This is why I don't like them. This is why they shouldn't have this. I wish they didn't have it. What about me?
Right.
When is it going to happen for me?
Right.
And they're still not doing any work. You're putting in more energy in the words than you are in the work towards what you want.
That's true. That's very true.
Say less.
Say less.
Give more.
Say less.
You know, in our book, we wrote this quote. I really wish I remember where it originated because I don't think anyone knows exactly who said it.
Okay.
There are people who are credited, of course. But it says, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character because it becomes your destiny. So I'm saying this because what you said at the top of this segment was, I had this in my mind, even though I know that that's not your character.
Right.
This is the path in which it could have become a character flaw.
Right.
Not in you, but in all of us, right?
That's right.
Because the reality of it is you had a moment where it was a thought.
Right.
That's the moment that you have to work against that thought.
Absolutely.
You have to set your mind higher. You have to think higher.
Yeah.
What would be the best thing you could do in this moment?
Yeah.
Celebrate their win.
Be selfless.
And be grateful that they trusted you at all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. To be grateful is an action. To be grateful is a choice. And when I sat in that seat of feeling that gratitude, I was so happy for her. I really was. I just was like, but what about me too? Like, I want to do it too, you know? And I'm doing a lot, but sometimes, especially, you understand, I mean, coming from athletics, coming from the business world, you always want to make sure that you're progressing, that you're doing more, that you're producing, that you're accomplishing, you know? And it's very rare that you'll celebrate the idle seasons.
Yes.
It's very rare that people just like, I'm so excited, I'm doing nothing.
But you know what? I'm going to say this before you finish your thought. That's the hardest place is because when you are doing things, especially when you're doing what you feel like you're called to do, you're meant to do, you're made to do, people think that it comes with consistent movement.
No.
What it offers you is flexibility and freedom.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you're not careful or grateful, you will not be thankful for the very thing that you have desired and you were working for to begin with.
Got it. Absolutely.
But say what you have to say. I want to make sure I said that because I know someone's going to get that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point to be made. And I think every moment you have to be very careful.
Yes.
Because when it's a seed form in your mind, right, and you start to germinate that seed with thoughts, those thoughts then become words. Those words become your action.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with whatever destiny unfolds for you.
Yes, of course.
So there are a couple of clients that come to me and they'll have problems and we'll start to reassess and reevaluate. And I help them pivot all the time out of their own selves, out of their own mindsets. But sometimes it could be a moment. It was just a moment.
It's just a moment.
It was just a moment I felt that. And when I felt it, I also realized that my greatest superpower is being able to serve others. Period. That's where I win all the time. I can win for myself. I get excited, but it kind of leaves very quickly. It's like the one that accomplishes something and then they're like, I don't feel fulfilled. Let's accomplish something else.
Like we were just talking about, we had a guest on our show.
Phenomenal
two-time Olympian, world champion.
Come on.
He has medals. He has placards and stuff, and we asked him on the show, those things that are hanging behind you, or do you go back and reflect on those memories, or are they just there? And he literally said, oh, they're just there.
Just like that.
One of the most accomplished athletes in the history of his particular event.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they don't really mean anything.
No, they don't. And most Olympians don't go to bed wearing the medal. How do you look?
Right.
How do you look?
Right. And
it's over.
Millionaires laying in the bed with
like
their
cash
look,
flow.
yeah, just laying with the cash in their
cash is raining down on them. They're like, yes, no. It's just not reality.
It's just not reality.
It's not reality. Most people accomplish it, they move on, and they go for greater. That's it.
Because you want to go, you want that high of the success.
Of course, but I challenge that because success could be supporting other people and helping them grow and making sure that they have a fostered environment to where they can always come to you and you give them that seed of gratitude, celebration, support. That's winning.
That's right.
To me, that's winning.
And I think that says a lot, even for what we're talking about. Because what we are really highlighting already is giving more.
Yeah, giving more. Giving more. You know, some of my clients don't know this, but I'll be in tears after sessions sometimes because I am so excited about their accomplishments, about their transformative journey, about all the things. I could list it out. I can give you a whole program and I say, this is what we're going to do for 6 months or 12 months. You got to do it. And I'm going to be your accountability to walk with you through that. But the fact that like whenever that breakthrough happens for them, whenever that moment of transformation happens for them, it wrecks me bigger than when I accomplish my own stuff. It's a deeper feeling of fulfillment. It's a deeper feeling of purpose. It's a deeper feeling of I'm with them. Like they're here. They made it at the finish line, but like I always knew. And we're together in this, you know, like I don't know. It's crazy. I just feel more fulfilled helping others than myself sometimes.
And it's not crazy at all. I think that's what we're trying to get everyone to understand. Like, guys, you have to really gather this. This is what we're making a living out of. Yeah. Because we could have been so many things. Oh, yeah. And we have been a lot of things. But we could have been so many things that were just focused on how can we get for ourselves? How can we just... I don't know. I mean, I don't even say get rich. That's not the point. But like
a mass achievement.
Yeah, like you know, just collecting achievements and et cetera. But there's no fulfillment if it's just for you.
Really not.
There's no fulfillment if it's just for you.
And even with our Olympic athlete, he said, you know, even though the medals and the bibs just sit there, some of my greatest moments are on the track, sharing my experiences with my athletes, pouring out of my life and what I've been able to do and help them transform their journey, help propel them forward, right?
That's right.
That's what it's all about. I'll never forget in New York, my mom had said, hey, do you want all your medals? You want all your accomplishments? You want me to ship it down to you? I was like, no. Like, I don't even care.
Right.
And that's crazy because at a point I really cared.
Right, absolutely. That was your world. That was your life.
You know? But then when you move from that, you see that this stuff, it just sits there. It's not alive anymore. It's not. And it's never meant to fuel you for your whole life. You're going to hold on to these medals. Your whole life, you're going to hold on to that one raise you got, that one position increase.
Absolutely. Finally, I got the corner office. Life is more than that.
Now what?
And here's the thing. Most people are so focused on the getting. So meaning I got the promotion.
Yes.
I got the corner office.
Yes.
Or I got CEO on my title.
Yes.
But then they don't realize that those titles are meant to activate your level of service.
Ooh.
Your highest level of service is defined by the title that you manage.
That's a good one.
It is not a position you hold to hold over others.
Right.
It's a position you hold to hold others up, to hold others accountable, and to not hold up their progress, to not hold up their accomplishment, to not hold up their achievement.
That's huge. That's huge because we've been in the seat, we've been in the room where we have not been celebrated.
That's a tough feeling now.
Literally. It was, you have everything. They bring you on board. They open the door for you. Yeah. They provide a seat at the table for you.
Yeah, you crush it.
And then all of a sudden it starts to shift.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're no longer the golden child.
That's
all of a sudden they want to get you up out of there. They want to release you. All these things that we've been through in life is very important because if you would have held on to that position, to that door open, to that seat at the table, how hard would it have been for you to let it go when they ripped it from you?
Now, I'm gonna take that and raise it one.
Okay.
The one thing that I can say about the both of us, and I'm grateful I get a chance to say this, is because these are the things that mean more to me, at least, than the other things that are tied to what you just said. And it is the fact that everywhere we left it better. Everywhere we left, watch this, the people that we trained did what we were doing and took it to the next level.
That's right.
They still talk about us. They still remember us. They are still taking what we gave them to the highest level. Which means, and I'm saying this, that most likely anything and everything you can imagine that you were meant to achieve is tied to someone else's destiny, because life is a relay. It is meant for you to give over.
Wow.
So you can't hold it tightly.
How?
It's the example of passing the baton.
Right.
Maybe it's not you that's going to run it to the very end. Not everyone
Usually
can be anchor leg.
Right. Come on.
But we need first leg, second leg, and third leg to get it to fourth leg. And if we don't get it to fourth leg and first, they have a hard time catching up, because it's not meant for us to hold forever.
Come on.
It's meant for us to give. We have honestly been able to say, no matter where we've been, and still have contacts in these places, we've honestly been able to say that we pushed the environment, the culture, the goals, the mission forward.
That's huge. That, it makes me happy, because it almost feels like it's a principle. When you are given something and you are praised for that thing, don't hold it too tight, because every good thing does come to an end at some point, right? But you're responsible. You have a seat of responsibility in helping others around you build that community of excellence. You can't always be the one. You can't always, and there are some goats in the field that are legends, but they still needed community.
Come on, but
they couldn't have done it without team.
So high on that. Because I know I talk a lot sometimes.
It's okay.
But you always give me so many great moments to reflect on, and you drew out of me just then this example of the GOATs. And we are in a culture where everyone thinks they are the one. Everyone wants to be number one, but we need number twos.
Yeah, for sure.
We need threes.
For sure.
We need fours.
Come on.
We need fives. We need sixes. We need every single position.
Right.
Now watch this. The reason why we're struggling, and some of you may be struggling, is not because you're not number one, because you may be.
Right.
But if you're not, it's because you have yet to recognize the value of being number two. Meaning, you can be the champion, the best number two that ever existed. Now, I'm going to say this because this is what I mean. This is not a perfect today's example, but it'll make sense. Okay. Michael Jordan, everyone remembers, arguably the greatest of all time. Absolutely. Despite how you may feel about LeBron or anyone else, that's not the point.
Right.
He was only as great as the person or the people who gave him the ball.
Absolutely.
He was only as great as the coach who trusted him to make the shot.
Right.
He had the opportunity, but he crushed it when he had it.
Right.
But he only had the opportunity because other people trusted him.
Right.
Pippen was the greatest number two in that particular era to make Michael Jordan become the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Without a Pippen, without even a Rodman, without anyone on that whole all-star cast, that all-star team, he would have not been the celebrated and arguably the most talented or either most awarded or whatever I want to say, basketball player in the game.
That's right.
Because Pippen was the best
right.
at being number two.
Come on. Come on.
You can win a gold medal at being support.
I was just going to say it. I was just going to say it.
Saying it. Say it.
A great, great mentor, business owner, prowess in the field, game changer, achievement maker. This woman said to me, Yvana, I don't want you to ever ask me, how can I help you again?
Dang.
I want you to rephrase what you said, and I want you to say to me, how can you support me? Help and support are two totally different things. And that changes the game.
That changes the mindset.
In basketball, they have meetings. They have times to where they come together as athletes and they say, how can I support you? Because we need this amount of points to win this championship, right? That's a selfless act. That's an act that says there's a greater good and we can all accomplish it.
All accomplish it together.
Right? So she said it would do me no, it wouldn't even be a service if I just helped you. Because a help is almost like, here you go.
Yeah,
I'm helping you. No. I want to support you because I want you to win. And when you win, I want you to win again. So whatever it's going to take, I'm going to support you from here to here to here. And I was like, support. So I started reframing the way I say things. And that was way back then. I started reframing things. And so I'm saying, man, okay, you called me. Okay, how do you need me to be in the seat right now? How best can I support you? The support game is great. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Absolutely.
It's great. It's big. And understanding how you support someone and then someone feeling like, wow, she wants to support me.
She wants to support me.
That means I have resources. That means I have experience. I have expertise, knowledge. Whatever it is, I am able to get you from here to here.
Yeah. You can stand on my shoulders.
Listen, you better not wear heels.
Well,
your feet better be clean. Okay. But that is the essence of what we're talking about.
I think that's so incredible. And it's funny because I remember that. And one, I want to make sure that I say that. And you can always feel free to shout out because she is a great mentor. But I say this because even we as coaches have people in our life that we consider coaches or mentors.
Yeah, absolutely.
That have honestly been in our corner.
Yeah.
You know, they don't hand us anything. I can't recall,
no
even,
handouts.
you know, Melvin Pillay, one of our greatest mentors, greatest friends now. He has never given us anything.
No.
But he challenges us.
That's right.
And he supports us.
That's right.
And if it comes to even what we offer, instead of him being like, hey, yo, man, can you just give that to me because, you know, I'm in your corner? Right. It's like, how can I support you?
Come on.
You tell us the fee, we got you.
Come on.
That's support because I want to see you in. Now, watch this. We're all standing on the shoulders of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be a great help if you can't be willing to support. Which is why we said earlier, you have to say less and give more.
That's it.
Man.
Say less and
give more. So who are you supporting?
That's right. And change your narrative from, oh, I can help you to how can I best support you?
Yes.
That's what Jill taught me. And that's something that, oh man, I'm never going to let that go. I'm never going to let it go because it meant everything. And the way that you speak, this is crazy. The way that you formulate a question, the receiving party either can feel that or might walk away from that. So you have to be very careful, especially in business. How you speak, the vernacular that you use is essential. It could position you for huge success.
But it also positions you in the mind of the person receiving the question.
That's right.
It's because like, sometimes you may ask the right question in the wrong way.
Come on. It's so true. It's so true.
In fact, the thing I love about questions, though, interrogatives, is it sets up a give.
Yeah, that's true.
When you say it in command voice, or if you say it with a period, or if you say it as if you're looking for a handout, then you're really spending more time saying more instead of positioning the give more.
That's right.
Ask the right questions.
That's right.
Maybe that's what we've been saying this whole show as we get ready to close. Maybe the secret to saying less and giving more is asking better questions.
That's it.
And in fact, like you started the show, asking better questions of yourself authentically and honestly, because the first question you asked when we started this show today is you said, where did this come from?
Yeah, definitely. I like to check myself.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
People don't want to be checked and challenged.
I know that.
But you have to check yourself.
It's immature not to.
Come on.
I have no right being a coach if I can't.
Come on.
I check myself all the time. I'll check my clients too. I'll check you too. I'll check it up.
You check me out?
Anyway, what? We hope that today you start to ask better questions.
Yeah.
You start to reframe your mindset and you start to shift your vernacular from how can I help or even be helped to how can I support? It's not about you all the time.
Yes.
It cannot be about you all the time. There's a community that wants to be able to serve a greater cause, to serve you even in a greater capacity. But you got to be able to know how to ask the better questions, okay?
Yeah,
so and listen, you heard me from my personal story and testimony overcome with what I said.
Girl, listen, we got to end this show.
Like
that right there is enough to say.
Like, share, subscribe, download.
We're going to
read
make
our
that
book. Go get the book.
Yo.
Fly to Your Life, Power Propulsion. Share it.
But I'm telling you what, that's going to be one that we have to bring back.
Okay.
That very end, we will make that another show.
I don't even know what I said, but yes.
Well, we're going to see it in post.
Right. Okay.
But I'm telling you, that is incredible. You overcame by what you said. That reminds me of a scripture.
The word of your time. Okay.
The words. Just saying. You already know what's coming. So tune in. Go ahead and subscribe now because next episode is about to be real.